once he gets all the fundamentals down, I think he's going to be an outstanding player. You got Big Dan McCullers. Big Dan has got great potential. He has improvement areas that he's aware of, leverage being one. Everybody in the stadium can see that. When he gets his pads down, he is a formidable opponent. So I think those two have kind of stepped forward for us. We're getting leadership. I have 6 seniors in the crew, so there's good leadership in that crew. Corey Vereen, if I had to pick a youngster, he's a young man that showed that he's going to have the potential to play.
How much improvement have you seen out of your pass rushing from day one to now?
Well, it's been slow progress. We were just talking about, I think our run defense has made much more progress than our pass rush. Pass rush is a lengthy process, and that first comes from mentality. Second, it comes from football intelligence. We were just talking about this, that you need to know when it is pass. And we're not to that point yet. We're perfecting techniques, but when a defensive lineman knows that it's pass and he can really turn it loose and have that mentality, we're just not to that point yet. So that's something we're going to have to continue to develop.
Do you think it's as important to have a pass rush from the inside to get the quarterback flushed out of the pocket, or do you focus more on the defensive end?
No, definitely. We talk in terms of you need to win your one-on-one battle. Well, the 3 technique, or the inside guy, he draws as many one-on-ones as the outside guy. So we talk about anybody that has the opportunity to get a one-on-one block, they should win that one-on-one. And so, no, we expect as much pass rush. Big Dan would be an example. When he can get pushed up the middle, that's a great benefit to our pass rush.
You mentioned Jock Smith and the improvement he's made. I know you haven't seen much out of Majid, but do you think Majid has the ability also to be a good pass rusher?
I do, yeah. Kurt and I were talking the other day. And he said, well, what's in the future? And I said, well, we play for success. We're going to put you in the position that's going to make you the most successful. So I do. Watching the films from last year, knowing the young man's attitude, knowing the young man's leadership qualities, we're going to find a home for Kurt.
A lot of the defensive linemen have bragged about your ability to help them in terms of being better pass rushers. Is it technique? What do you teach them about being better pass rushers?
Well, not to be redundant, but go back. It's a mentality first, and we're working on that. But second, there's a tremendous amount of technique. I use the shotgun approach. I teach hundreds of techniques, because what happens is the technique that you excel at might be different than the technique he excels. So I shotgun approach it. We work them all, and then the young men will migrate to the ones that they're most successful with.
You mentioned being able to stop the run in this league. You've got to be able
There's no question.
to do that. So
no question.
You feel like you'll be able to hold your own in that regard?
We're going to. We've got a long work to do. The old football adages of leverage, the lowest man wins. We still have an issue with that. Okay, we're getting better. We got better every day, but it starts with that. And then second is, what we call attacking the line of scrimmage, coming off the football. We're not a reading defense, we're an attacking defense. So there's at times, especially when we get tired, kids revert back to their stances, get wider, and they're starting to read things. We don't read, we attack. So all that plays into being able to defend the run.
And do you think the fact that you have defended a hurry-up offense is going to help you when you play Oregon, when you play Auburn, when you play other teams that like to go hurry-up?
I don't think there's any question about it. That, all the coaching mechanisms that you use to defend a hurry-up offense, whether it be one-syllable defenses, those kind of things, it's definitely going to help us. Definitely going to help us.
And from the linebacker position, do you feel like you've got linebackers that can play 3 downs? Are you concerned about that at all? Do you think you like to substitute at linebackers based on?
No, I think we have our linebackers are athletic enough to play 3 downs, but we're going to be a multiple substitution team, because again, our philosophy is all about put kids in a position to be successful. If it's 3rd and extra long, we're going to put pass rushing and pass defending personnel on the field. So you're going to try to match the personnel to the down distance and their offensive personnel as best you can.
Thanks, man.
You bet.
Doing multiple substitutions like that, how much, when they're actually out there in the game situation, is it back off and kind of let them, instead of being like on everyone, just kind of seeing how guys respond and knowing what they should be doing, where they should be? See what I'm saying?
Again, I think in your base teachings, if I'm following the question, in your base teachings, everybody's going to know everything. That's what I tell the 4D linemen. There's 4 spots. I'm going to put you in the best spot to be successful. When we change personnel, an end has to be able to play a tackle spot on 3rd and long. So, and vice versa. If we check to a special defense, a tackle's got to go out and play the end position. So they're cross-trained to be able to play all spots. Then what you do as a coach, you try to put the best personnel on the field for that particular play.
And I guess, communication on game day? I mean,
Critical.
And where do you think they are in being
Oh, that's
prepared
an
to
area-
handle the environment and all
We're
that?
not there.
Okay.
That's an area that, communicating, and then we simulate crowd noise in practices. If you've been to our practice, we play weird noises and those kind of things. So we try to simulate so that make the communications hard. We've done that as far back as the first week we got here in the off season. We created noise so that they have to learn to communicate with hand signals, with verbal communication, as well as just eye contact.
Right. But even just, you can play as many of the noises, and I'm sure my coaches and the media along with them have had some migraines from the noises, but
No question.
you can't simulate the eyeballs, right?
That's correct.
Right.
So a lot of that is, you hear about the chemistry of any athletic team. I knew what he was going to do because I've done it with him so many times. So are we at that point? No. That's what we're striving for.
When you get into a practice like this, basically the last teaching experience before that, is it still trying to cram, cram a bunch of things
cram.
in?
So this was the cram in before the final, okay? And so what we actually tried to do today was get a lot of things on video to build video libraries, so when the incoming freshmen get here, that you now have a resource that the older players can take them through, and they can see it on video. So there was a lot of things today. Taking the field, how we're going to warm up, and nobody's ever done that. So again, you want to cram it all in, I guess is what you said. We could use another 15 if that's the question. We could use 15 more.
I'm good. Thank you.
Oh, guys, thank you.